What's up, everybody?
Hell
We're
yeah.
back. Racing is back. Woo!
Dude,
So
Weekend Hangover, man. What is this, 31 episodes of this crap?
Yeah, man. And
Oh,
you're number 2.
you're number 2 of this crap. So
Woo!
thank you guys all for watching. And you
Yeah.
know what? We did something a little different this time. We're just gonna bring him in right away.
But
Seany-U,
yeah.
right?
Well, we were
What's
gonna
up?
do the intro, but Dustin boondoggled it up.
Whatever, dude.
Oh,
Like,
good.
Man.
We were
hey
gonna do
man,
the intro for a
are you
little
giving me a false start right now, bro? Do I get a time penalty?
Yeah, big time.
Do we run it back and
Big
try
time.
again?
No, we
Yeah,
ain't.
you start over?
You already blew past pit exit, and you get
Man.
a 5x
All right.
5x penalty for Dustin.
That's right. That's right.
Ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen,
dude.
welcome Seany-U. Why
What's
don't
up,
you tell us a
guys?
little bit about yourself?
Oh man, putting me right on the spot.
Yeah.
My name's Sean. I'm 29 years old from Phoenix, Arizona, and this year we're racing the MotoAmerica Twins Cup. So that's pretty much it. That's why I'm here, because I'm gonna climb on that bike and go be scared all summer long.
Oh, you were
Go
I'm
be
getting
scary.
fun nicknames apparently.
Yeah,
I'm Dustin Boondoggle Coiner
Yep.
now.
yeah, that's it. I
I
just
think
got you.
I think we're gonna have to make a shirt.
Yep.
Do we see like comments popping up on here?
Oh yeah, dude.
How does
Yeah,
that work?
yeah.
How
If
do
you
I-
look
how
in
do I
the
get there?
comments on the app, like on your computer, it should be in the upper right corner.
All right there. Show chat. Is that what I want?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
There we
You
go.
seen it?
Well, I
You
just
seen
want
it
to
now?
make sure if anybody's talking shit that I can see it as it's
Oh, dude. I'll give you the screenshots later, so you can make your murder list.
so I can dwell on it and
Yeah.
be all bummed.
Yeah, you make your hit list.
For those who've been watching MotoAmerica for a while, you will recognize Sean from back in 2018, 17-18 with the Junior Cup, and I call it the infamous Barber interview because when you podiumed at Barber, man, you were so jazzed. It was the
Dude.
coolest thing ever, and we were just like, "Whoa, this is finally an awesome personality in the paddock that we could get behind because this dude is rad."
Yeah, I was just stoked to be there, man. And like, my podium appearances were always so sick, but what keeps me up at night to this day is I haven't gotten the win yet. I got like 8
You were
podium
so close.
appearances, but I need that win, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
gotta get that win. Like, if I had gotten it back then, I probably wouldn't have to do this right now, to be honest with you guys. But
Oh my
like,
god,
I got to go out there and get some wins.
he's got to get some wins, so he's
You're
too
just
cool
a
for us.
scrub. You're
Yeah.
just a scrub if you don't go out there and put it up front at least one time. I mean, come on.
Wow.
I know. Hey, listen, if Jason Madama can get a win out of a Twins bike, you
Oh
can
my
too,
God.
man.
Hey,
Dude,
man, I
Twins-
should have raced it that year, dude.
Dude, Twins has come a long way since.
Oh yeah. Oh
era,
geez.
right? So has
That was
Stock
18.
1000.
That
Yep.
was 18, dude.
Mhm.
And he and Dusty used to party it down in the pits
Man.
all night
Oh,
long, dude.
I was
So-
we were pitted across from Dusty and Jason at in 2019 at Barber, and we had a good time with
I bet you did.
all those guys. It was a good time.
I bet you did.
Oh my
Yeah,
god! Talk a little bit about your background with Apgar, because I remember we were kind of helping out Rocco a little bit with the Mythos thing, and Apgar was like all about you, and we were kind of like talking shit to each other behind the scenes, like, oh yeah, my kid's faster than your kid, that kind of shit. So, talk to us a little bit about that, and like, how much did he influence your riding back then? Because I know he did that training thing with the mini bikes, and he was an absolute lunatic, dragging his head on the ground and shit all the time. So
yeah, so Dusty was definitely a character, like some people really loved him and some people absolutely hated him.
Yeah, dude.
But I never really found too many people in the in-between. Like,
No.
It was one or the other. Like, you either love the dude or you just hate the man. And like, I see, for their record, like some people have some foundation to stand on about it. So like, but Dusty was always really good to me, dude. Like,
Yeah.
he always took good care of me. He ran the shop in town, DTR Motorsports.
Right.
And when I first got into racing, I had like a 2012 Ninja that was like brand new. I'd bought, like, is clean. And my dad didn't want me to crash that thing. And we were looking around for like a beater race bike that I could go throw down the track. So we bought some bike that was on consignment at Dustin's shop. And that was kind of like our official first meeting. And then I was racing that bike and doing pretty well on it, like at amateur Phoenix, Arizona club in 2014. And yeah, Dustin kind of gave me a lot of opportunity, dude. He took me out to Indy Motorsports Ranch a lot. He was a member there. And dude, we would go ride like weeks at a time, introduced me to a lot of people. And then the year he like messed his foot all up.
Yeah.
17.
He kind of, he couldn't race after all that. So he like kind of pushed his efforts onto me. And that's when he started coming out and like being my wrench and my mechanic and doing all that. And Dusty kind of took me from like where I was all season last year, you know, like that 5th, 6th place, couldn't quite hold on to the front. And he came in, dude, my bike was so clapped. It was like such a pile. And he's like, oh my God, started going through things. And dude, it brought me to the front. And the first weekend he helped me pull at New Jersey. So we like shot probably just luck and chance, but we shot right up to the top at the end of 17, and we're up front battling. And that led to the phone call in 18 to race with the Orange Brigade thing. Got a call from Mitch Hansen, and dude, I remember I was just like, oh my God, no way. Because like I just went through the whole thing with my dad passing away, and it was like dream come true. And yeah, it's just huge. And Dusty, dude, he stepped up and helped me be a mechanic for me all year. Didn't charge me anything. Like he just did it for the love. So yeah, he really helped me out, dude. He was a solid dude. We've had our head butting times. 18, if you were there, was not the best year for me. We just went backwards and backwards and backwards. And like we ended up having some times where we were at each other's necks in the RV, you know, like, and he was right.
Was it because you guys were fixing the RV on the side of the road on the way to the races?
Dude, I was racing with like squeezing my last 2 pennies together. And like, yeah, Dusty wasn't full of money either. We were just 2 broke dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full privateer.
Yeah. It was a pretty cool deal for him to help me out, dude. Like, honestly, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. He taught me probably good and bad a lot about working on the motorcycle. Cause like, dude, I had to work on mine myself quite a bit. Like I didn't come up with like a family of people. Like, dude, my dad was into football. Like we didn't race motorcycles. My mom would always tell me you were born into the wrong family. So I was the black sheep, dude.
Yeah, as we all are, basically, when we ride motorbikes, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Even in society, right?
Yeah.
Motorbike people are not looked at fondly by the normies.
I should have stayed playing baseball, dude. I would have been looking at a salary. Like, no risk, big salary, throw my shoulder out, like, my shoulder's thrown out.
So funny. So you were at Podium Club last weekend.
Yeah.
Walking around. You have a pretty healthy looking rig there and a really nice looking, well prepared, murdered out R7, dude. Like,
yeah, dude.
Tell me a little bit about that thing.
The bike's incredible. Well, dude, so the Koch Racing team has like, we're on this trajectory of like, we are about to show up and be as pro as possible. Like, we want to show up and just look 100 sick, like have that appearance where like kids are like, those are the dudes that I want to be when I grow up. Like that's the pit we want. We want to be looking pro, dude. Like, so I think that's kind of like been Nick's goal all winter long, is to like have that pro appearance. So he picked up that badass rig. We're doing the full awning. We're, you know, everybody's going to be cleaned up, matching, no bullshit. I've been fabricating all those parts so that our load in and load out looks good, runs good, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, the Koch Racing team's really leveling up. And then furthermore, dude, the bike set up by Evan and Phil out at ESP is like, dude, it is so good. It's unbelievably good. Like everything I complained about all year long, they like roll out this bike and they're like, take it easy. Don't go out there and send it right away. This is all brand new, dude. By like the 5th lap, I'm like, this bike is so much better than it ever was, and just was jamming, dude. So if we can take that momentum into the season, like I think I'll at least be able to hold on to the front. And like when you can do that, then you learn a lot. Then you can be there. Maybe it'll shake out my way,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I watched you ride at the tests, and looking at your bike and all the attack parts.
some good parts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like Evan Steele builds a slow, ugly bike.
Dude, Evan and Phil, right? Dude, they're the best, right?
Dude,
Oh, and
they're
Evan,
solid dudes. They're like,
dude.
they're super chill. And like, if you've ever hung out in our pit, you know that like we have a really laid back, like we're not trying to get too stressed out. We're all there to have fun. Like,
Yes.
So at the end of the day, if you're like all wound up and tight and not being cool, like you're not going to fit the vibe, bro. You're not going to fit the vibe in the pit.
Yeah. Gotta be vibing, man.
Dude,
You gotta be vibing.
I hung out in your
100%.
pit quite a bit during that rainy weekend at Road Atlanta last year, right?
Yeah.
It was like you
Dude.
and that other dude. What was his name? The other rider.
You were, because you were right there. Attack, like we were neighbors for that weekend.
Yeah. We were sharing stories.
Sammy was in the pits. Yeah, dude. And that was a good weekend. I rode really well, dude. I love Atlanta. I wish we were going back. Honestly, that's like one of my favorite racetracks for sure.
Well, you have to go to Super Sport next time.
Yeah, man. Then I really got to be up front because I cannot afford to be gone 10 weekends a year.
Or
you're literally like racing for gas money. Is that what's happening?
100%, dude. To keep my shop open and be gone. I don't have employees. I don't have any of that, dude. I'm just in here trying to make a buck. Like I'm full-time side job, and that's the only way I can keep my freedom and go race motorcycles, is to like it. Otherwise I'm going to be like boning out on somebody else's thing. They're going to be pissed off. So I try and just build my schedule around it. And, it gets busy for sure in the summer.
That's nuts, dude.
But man, I don't want to hijack your whole show, dude. Aren't we supposed to?
Oh, you're good.
What are you reading, Ricky Bobby?
I'm trying to figure out if Twins is at VIR.
They are. We are.
Yeah. I'll be up there. We'll be up there that weekend.
I'm hyped to go back to VIR, dude. The last time I raced there was 18. Yeah. So that'll be cool.
So in the test, and you were feeling good. What are your expectations for the season? Because we're going through all the testing for, we're going to talk about the testing for MotoAmerica, and then we'll roll into World Superbike stuff. But we just want to know like how you're feeling for the season and where your expectations are going to be. Even though you're vibing, you got Slightly Stupid in the background, everybody's chill vibe.
Yeah, we got that. You got to have the jams going. Dude, honestly, for the season, like our number one thing, like Nick always tells me to like, dude, there's no pressure. Like we're here just to have a good time. Like, we're really out there just to like enjoy the experience of racing motorcycles, dude. Like good or bad, we want to win. We want to be up front, but like we're not trying to get so caught up in it that we like have a bad time. Mm-hmm. But that being said, dude, for the year, we're feeling really good. I have a new teammate, Romeo Cavini. He raced the Twins Cup stuff last year. So, dude, he kept me honest all weekend long at the test. And, like, I have a lot of laps at Podium Club, and it's my home spot. And he got up to speed quick, and I'm like, oh, shit, dude. Like, so I think having him all season to push me and me to push him, like now we can work our way up to the front. We were comparing data. He rides real like roll speed, smooth. And I'm like hack job, brakes, gas, like just out there like I'm motocrossing, dude. So like seeing his data next to mine and where I pick up time and where he picks up time, dude, is like huge. It was huge all weekend long. And we're both like looking at here and looking at there. Okay, he rolls down through the fast turn a lot better than you are. Look at how much less he's grabbing the brake, all that sort of stuff. I think building on that and having Romeo there to push me, like, we're going to be fighting for wins, dude. We're going to be up there battling up front, I think. I was right off the pace last year, and I think the little changes, you know how it can be. Sometimes you'll make a change to a bike and you're like, I'm not doing anything different, and I'm up front. Like,
yeah.
It really does happen sometimes. And
Yeah.
I think that last year, dude, just the bike, like, it was hard to ride. It had this chatter, and I think it was coming from like the really strong engine braking on that twin and just transferring to the front and pushing all over the place. And it's not there anymore. Plus that new Dunlop, dude.
We talked about that. We talked about that trackside, right? Like, what did you guys end up doing to kind of sort some of that stuff out? Because you were talking about it, and we're like, oh yeah, like, you're like, what do the attack guys do? And I'm like, they do this.
Are you talking about the front end push on?
No,
on
I'm talking about the engine braking stuff that you were saying.
So the R7 has always been a not throttle by wire motorcycle, and just a month ago, MotoAmerica released a bulletin, and they're allowing whatever kit got put on our bikes. So that now we have auto blip. So I'm not like trying to clutch the bike into the corner. So like in that corner entry, dude, like the rear end at Barber, like going into T1, I feel like I'd have to wait to turn the bike in, because I'm like waiting for that rear tire to come back in line. So now I have like a throttle body that's hanging open on corner entry, and it's auto blipping, and the thing just feels smooth as can be going into the corner. Like, and I'm not like trying to blip the throttle and squeeze the brake and do all this like funky gypsy dance on my way into the corner, dude. Like, I can just send it in there. Like, I don't even have to think about it. I can just feel the tire, dude, and like put it in the gear I need it in and ride the bike. Like, it's so nice. And that's awesome. I think that was just killing me. And then furthermore, that chatter in the front was just from that bike. Like, it wouldn't roll. You let off the throttle and it's just like, whoa, like a Harley.
Typical twin.
Yeah. So getting rid of that as well, and just, dude, whatever the setting is, like on roll, I just all weekend had it maxed out. I'm like, this is so kick-ass. Like, let this thing roll.
That's awesome. You set it up like a 250 two-stroke GP bike, right?
Literally, dude, the thing needs a roll, and like, yeah, it's a game changer. And then that plus having Romeo to teach me how to roll, like, we're gonna be rolling. We're gonna be up front.
It's all about rolling.
It's all about rolling.
All right.
Turn up the Limp Biscuit.
Yeah. 100%.
Wow.
For all the old guys.
They're saying is that a Rocco bike? Rocco bike?
I believe it's an updated Rocco bike. What does that mean? John, what does that mean?
Yeah, we know. Nobody knows.
Where's my chat here? Oh, it's on the side. Is it comments? There we go.
Yeah, now we got it.
Man, I didn't have any comments that whole time.
Wow.
All right.
Now you can see.
Yeah.
Yep. Now we're in. Okay. Cool.
All right, Dustin. Fill us in on the rest of the test, buddy.
All right. Well, the Attack boys were doing the thing. I mean, Bobby Fong basically was like camping out and parked an RV in the 26s. And, we're learning more and more that dude is just an absolute lunatic. It's super fun to have that kind of character on the team. Jake Gagne is still a lunatic as well, but it seems like he's creeping into his confidence level, and he's getting quicker and quicker. And he jumped into the 26s a little bit on Sunday, which is pretty cool, and I was stoked to see that. A few surprises too. Number one, Tytler's had one bike. There was a lot of rumors. There was some stuff on here even saying how Ezra was going to ride a second Tytler's bike, but apparently that's not the case.
The brothers Boubier.
Yes, the brothers Boubier. It's just going to be the one Boubier, and he does have quite the beard, quite the impressive beard. Like a distinguished gentleman.
The Just for Men's comments was slathered all over the internet, man. JD Beach was
he was spray painting that shit, dude. he had like, he had like the cardboard out to get it right. And
Yeah.
right?
It was
Like
lined
that,
up too clean, dude. That was
right?
the problem. Like whoever they got his ass too right.
Yeah, man.
JD Beach put like a picture of his face on the Just for Men's box, dude. It
I
was
saw that. I saw
hilarious,
that.
dude.
But he actually looks like a dude in his 30s now,
Yeah,
So
and he is.
And dude, that dude is a sneaky fucker. Cause like he'll roll in, he's just like chilling. He'll do like he was in the 27s, just kind of hanging out there, just off of Bobby the whole weekend. Last session goes out,
Bam.
and he's just like, feel that tapping on your shoulder? Right? Like, I mean, he just like I think he was like 2/10 faster than Bob's there, and they both come in, and I think it was like 10 minutes to go during the day, and they go out, and I'm thinking, oh shit, it's gonna be fucking war on track at a test, and then they both kind of crash out in turn one. So, Bob came. They both picked their bikes up. They were both fine, and Bob came in and was missing a wing, so on the
and
R1.
then we had SDK out there on the
Dude,
Team Hammer bike.
SDK looks like a murderer, dude. Like
we
don't
all
think
know he is.
I don't think I've seen that Suzuki like raped that violently in years. Like he was wringing that fucking thing's neck, dude. It was cool. It was way cool.
I'm stoked.
So
I hope everything works out for him, man.
Yeah, I mean that bike traditionally isn't front running capable bike. It's like maybe third typically. So the season might be tough for him, I'm thinking,
but if we all know the expectation of the bike and what the peak is for that bike, if he exceeds it just once or maintains that level the whole time, then job done. Job done.
And he's got a super positive attitude about it, Also, I spent a little time with the Orange Cat dudes.
Yeah, my buddy
is out there, dude. He was like in the 28s, bro. Like
our buddy David,
they were moving, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like Uribe is not far off Superbike times with that stock 1000 bike, and his teammate Andrew Lee's a little bit off, but not far, and super solid team. John Righty's rider, AFM number 1 plate guy, Kettleson, looks like he's kind of like the break glass in case of emergency rider on that team.
Oh,
yeah. So
young Brendan,
young Buck learning, BK learning. So
was he out there riding?
He was out. He was not riding. He was there.
He was just there,
spectating and participating in the pits. Helping out with the crew stuff. But I think it sounds like they have some sort of plan for him, but they didn't want to throw 1,000 at a kid.
No.
Been at 1,000 ever. So,
they do have a twins.
It's kind of cool to see that team is strong. And I did also, I commented to our homeboy Dave. And I was thanking him for the fact that the advocacy of our show helped Uribe keep it right.
Yep.
Whether that's bullshit or not, right?
I know. So, and then we have some news about our friend Max Van getting the ride with M4 Super Sport.
That's so big for him.
I know.
You better step it up, Max. Fucking put that thing on the box this year, dude.
I know.
Something.
Yeah, Max Van's gonna get all sendy now. That
otherwise, I'm coming to take that 48 from you. It's gonna be bad.
Gauntlet thrown.
I love it.
I know that I'm swimming in the small pond talking shit, but
it's all good, man.
We go pretty fast over here too.
Max is such a good dude. I'm really stoked.
Yeah, he is. We did some flat tracking out at Josh Hayes' house last year, and I spent the weekend with him. He was cracking me up, dude. He's all eating his lettuce and shit.
Dude, I got him. I got him to eat ice cream. I got him to eat ice cream a couple years ago at Road Atlanta. We send a birthday ice cream thing at Texas Roadhouse or whatever, and
he had to sit on the saddle.
Yeah, and then he ate the ice cream, dude. He's like, I need an ice cream in like 2 years.
Oh
Oh my
my
God.
god, dude! I bet you it tasted like crack. That had to be so good. Anytime
Uh,
I'm on a diet, dude, I eat like one gummy bear, and I'm like, holy shit, this is
Yeah.
so good. But the apple just tastes amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Dude,
dude.
we were at dinner after the test with Bobby, you know, and he's like, "Okay, I'm taking the day off tomorrow. I'm gonna eat like trash tomorrow, and then back on program." And dude, he had like this huge, like, you know, we were just like burrito, this gigantic burrito.
Yeah.
Just murdered that thing, dude. It was awesome.
Well, he likes his Mexican food, man. If you watch the Pressure to Rise, he's sitting there
Oh, yeah.
making tacos with his lady.
Oh, dude, yeah, yeah. Well, he's a California guy,
Oh, yeah.
of course.
Oh yeah.
Right?
That's what
Oh,
we
yeah.
do
All
out
about
here
the
in
tacos.
Southwest.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. Oh, you know
well-
what? I forgot to mention the Ducatis were at the test.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I didn't like Heron was rolling around. I don't remember.
He was on the
seeing-
V2.
Yeah, they were all
Yeah.
on V2s. All the Ducati guys were on V2s. Heron was out rolling around. I suspect they didn't want to bring the Superbike because 200's like
Yeah, right around
Soon.
the corner.
right. So,
Yep.
big surprise though is how fast that Riston Griggs kid has gotten. Holy shit! I was like, I had some pretty good shots with his dad. I don't know if you guys know, but Riston Griggs' dad was like Formula Extreme dude, like in the 90s, like privateer guy, raced a Muzzy Raptor and stuff. And I remember him because he was the Muzzy Raptor guy, right? Not a lot of people had that thing. So, good chats with Steve, and yeah, good luck to Riston. And CP was out there too, but
On
I
the
think
Indian
he was on the Indian and
and the
Ducati.
V2. Yeah.
And you know, he was kind of going back and forth. I don't know exactly what happened to him. I did see him kind of limping around day 2 a little bit.
Yeah,
So I don't.
it looked like he had his knee wrapped up.
Yeah,
And day 2, he did
Yeah.
not really throw down. Like, they were out of there early. The bagger was right across from our pit. But
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
I followed Cam around a lap, like did everything I could to hang with that bagger, and
yeah.
dude, he was riding that thing sideways. It was pretty
Oh,
sweet to
100%.
watch. Like, it's the seat you've always wanted to watch somebody ride one of those things. I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, you're like, what is that guy doing?
Yeah, dude, the way that it like backs into every corner is just insane, dude. Like,
Well, that dude's
Fong on the bagger
guy.
was like, I'd be jumping off my couch watching Fong ride the bagger. I'm like, oh my God, dude, at Coda, he's just like riding right to the apex, dude. Like,
Well,
insane.
that's the kind of joke, right? Like they kind of swap rides, you know, like he took Bobby's bagger ride and, you know, and so it's like the same crew, you know, Rob Ward and Cam Brewer and all them guys. And looks like I think Roland's out of that team. So
Yeah, because his name's not on it.
his name's not on the bike. Yeah.
No, they
So,
changed the team as some other different name.
Yeah. But I mean, I tell you what, man, like those guys are hardcore. They're putting in some work, man. And you know, like I said, Cam was on the Ducati as well, but I don't know what his times were. But I think he was right there. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, best of luck to that dude. Looks like it's gonna be a good season though, yeah.
I'm super pumped. Loris Baz on the bagger was a wild addition.
Yeah, I didn't see him at the test.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Sean? What do you think about Loris on the bagger?
Yeah.
Dude, they all want to come over here and ride the American machine. You know, they want to eat cheeseburgers and ride the damn bagger, dude.
And you can't forget shoot guns too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you ask me, dude, the Harleys for taking the old lady to the bar, dude. Like, get back on the Superbike, dude. If you guys are gonna spend all that money, come race some freaking Superbikes.
I know. It's always been a topic of discussion with everybody, and I think marketing wise, the bagger brings lots of people.
I totally get it, but like,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
trust me, all of us would love all that money into Superbike racing. We have some like, you know, $150,000 Superbikes from all the different brands, all decked out and all racing for glory.
Dude, it'd be sick. But yeah, people just would be like, "Oh, it's so." Cool.
I think the baggers creates a good element in the pits. I think the bagger fan base is more apt to be the ones that show up to the track to watch the races.
Yeah,
100%.
which is sad.
I think
the sport bike scene is just like lame, dude. Like,
yeah. Well, I think
unfortunately,
still the top draw numbers wise. I think,
Yeah.
And it should be. It is the premier class. I think Super
But it,
does better than Baggers numbers wise. I think. I think Baggers is not like. I
Probably
think they're
number
like
3.
third or fourth, maybe
Yeah.
maybe even fifth. Like there's a fan of the show. I can't remember what his name is, but he reached out to me. Was like he did this whole analysis on, on how much social media effort was put in on certain classes versus the viewership numbers. The dude did this whole breakdown for me, and I was just like, wow, bro, like that's totally counter to what people are saying. So it's good to hear that the Superbike's still on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forever how long we get to keep doing Superbike stuff.
Right.
Right.
For
So
real.
Speaking of Superbikes,
we're gonna talk Australia Superbike stuff.
Yeah, I think it's time.
All right. Well, hey, Declan, our boy Declan was out there doing like support classes at Phillip Island.
Oh yeah, with the Australian.
And dude, he's like kind of running close to the front now.
Nice.
Bro. I don't know what they're putting in the Cheerios down there, but apparently it's not corn sugar.
Yeah.
So
can we talk World Supersport, please?
Oh yes, the debut. I know you're wearing the Triumph hat, but the Yamaha did get the first W. So
I know.
You got to recognize that first before.
Absolutely.
Talk about Thomas. Booth. Whatever.
Tom Booth, Amos, but he topped the weekend off with the dub.
He did.
What happened in that race? Like, there's like penalties. Somebody got pushed back.
No, it was Trotter.
No, it wasn't Schroeder. It was Yamamasia.
Yeah, that's right.
So straight out of Moto 3, freshman Moto 2 last year, and he gets the ride on one of the Ducatis, and they had to pit in, right? So for those who didn't get to watch the race, there was a mandatory pit for all classes, for both classes. So if you did not make the minimum pit time and busted out of pit out, cross the line before your allotted time was up, then whatever the gap time was from when you left and how much they needed to be in there, I think it was like 110 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
So that they multiplied you. So if you were 7/10 quicker, then that's 3.5 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what that kid got knocked with, a 3.5 second penalty, and then it bumped him back. So he was P2 at the end of the race. And
oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So a couple of storylines there, right? Like Ben Snyder. Like we haven't seen really that dude do shit since Rookies Cup, right?
He was pretty good in Moto 2 last year. He was doing pretty good Moto 2 last year. He had some breakout performances, but not consistent.
But he was, had a good time Super Pole, and then kind of went backwards in the races.
Well, that high side wasn't the greatest
sure that
thing.
didn't help.
Yeah, it got launched to the moon, dude.
But he wasn't in the front,
No.
So there's something there. And then the other storylines, obviously, I mean, you got the bees, dude.
Yeah.
Just a heads up on the MV Augustas. I believe those things are using some from Huntington.
From a certain person who makes them.
Saying, just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool. World Super Sport, the cool thing about it is it's not a Ducati Cup. You know what I mean? It's like we go into the weekend not knowing who's going to win. And,
because they were all.
How many manufacturers were in the top 5? I mean,
the Cowie was up there.
Cowie was in there for a minute, right? So
he had a penalty, but still, he was racing with them.
Right. I mean, there was Cowie, Triumph, Ducati, MV Agusta, Yamaha.
Yamaha. Yeah,
like in the top 5, like you had, and each one of them in their own right had like a shot at the title, basically. And, there can be only one per day anyway.
They didn't have any R9s at the test, did they?
At this test,
dude.
no.
It was dead out there, dude.
Yeah, dude. There was that was one thing that Sean will back me up on this, right? Like it was kind of disappointing. I thought it would be more teams.
Yeah, dude. It was kind of a bummer, dude. I was really hoping somebody would show up with like a fast twin and but yeah, once again another weekend where I got to ride around at Podium Club with nobody. Well, at least I had Romeo, but it'd have been cool.
Nobody.
To have.
You were trying to chase those Ducatis down.
I really was, dude.
And you weren't that far
Man.
off from them.
But yeah, dude, I would have thought there would have been more people out there, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious. So the other story was that the new Cowie, aka the 2013 and up Cowie, was out there. They finally brought the new bike out there after 12 years.
The 636.
So yeah, the 636 was out there with the new bodywork and everything, and that's what was ripping. So
yeah.
it was wild. But yeah, I think Super Sport's going to be now. Phillip Island's kind of one of those fast Floyd tracks.
Good.
Really don't see a lot of heavy braking. So that's kind of one of those. We don't really know until Portimao. So the next race weekend, we'll see if all the heavy braking and all the accelerating and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the tall tale sign of like, all right, who's really got their stuff dialed, right? At least so for Sean's, test, Podium Club has a lot of different types of turns, corners, all that stuff, right? So you get to test a lot of the different tracks throughout the year. So you have a well-rounded, balanced test. So I think that's a good sign for you. But like for all these guys at Phillip Island, that's not the measure of the season.
Right.
Yeah. What do you guys think about like the R9 pushing the progression of the MT09 and the hooligan stuff? You think like they got it? They're gonna get some nice factory shit trickling down, dude, and that's gonna be
already. My buddy is actually racing the MT09 in hooligans, and he's getting help from our friend Chuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So all the stuff he's testing with who's on not Dominic, but who's the kid racing for Chuck this year?
I think it's Dom.
Is it Dom? Yeah. Okay.
Dom's
so
racing the R7 and the 09.
Okay. So yeah. So whatever parts are they're working on that bike is getting flowed down to my buddy Matt because he's rolling pretty. He was doing like 34s at Barber on his MT07. So
yeah.
Or MT09.
We'll
so yeah.
It's still early. It's still early in the development on the R9 project.
Yeah.
But dude, I wouldn't be surprised to see that thing rolling. You know what I mean?
Did you see that entry list on hooligans for Daytona, dude?
Dude,
like you almost have to flip the page. It's crazy.
Dude.
Like they'll I guess at Daytona they'll grid all those guys, but like racing back to the day where not everybody qualifies, like that would be pretty sweet, you know?
Yeah. Like that when the competition level rises, it kind of weeds out the bucket list folks.
Yep.
You know,
and
it you know what, man? It's
like Twins Cup.
It's a professional race series. The bucket list folks shouldn't be able to qualify in Superbike. The bucket list folks shouldn't be able to qualify for Super Sport for sure. The support classes maybe, but even then, if the support classes are competitive too, the bucket list people are going to get shifted to the back. You know, and they're going to be sitting on the sidelines for the rest of the weekend. Yeah, good pit spot, good place to watch the race, I guess. You know,
then it means something to qualify, you know.
100%.
Like right now, qualifying for MotoAmerica, like it's not what it used to be, you know.
No.
Like
yeah.
So
and Trevor Watson's kind of calling out the lack of heavy braking at Phillip Island. I think Ricky Bow's a little off there, maybe.
What?
There is heavy braking at Phillip Island. If you recall, Top Rack was having a hard time getting the thing to turn and stop.
Yeah, but it's not. That turn one is not heavy. Where's the heavy braking?
Okay.
Like heavy braking.
I mean, it's
like Portimao turn one.
It's not Portimao turn one.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Like, Top Rack did look like he was having a hard time steering the thing. So
yeah, but that doesn't mean
throwing
anything.
It out there. I mean, I know
what's going on, dude. They need to get Richard on the phone or what?
Yeah, we have Stamboli pull up the data.
Get their shit straight.
Get their shit straight. Yeah.
Anyway,
BMW is going to call. Like, we need some triple clamps and we need some help with the braking.
And his feet are slipping on these rear sets. We gotta
God. Yeah.
Can you get some meat grinders on these
Yeah,
things?
you gotta have, dude. I loaded a bike one time, and the attack rear sets on the bike that I was loading grabbed the hair on my leg. Dude, it had like a tuft of leg hair. I was like, oh,
dude, I'll tell you, you get used to riding those though, and then you like, I hop on another bike with like smooth shit, and I'm like slipping around like Bambi, dude, trying to ride the bike. Like once you ride that grippy foot peg, there's no going back.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'll give it up. I'll give it up to Honda Hairpin. Okay, I'll give it up to Honda Hairpin.
Bro.
But
Lukey Heights.
Yeah, Lukey Heights. I mean, they're screaming up the hill and then they're coming down, but it's not. It's not heavy braking. They're sliding sideways. You know what? It's Charlotte's Web.
We need to get people to fund the Weekend Hangover podcast. People to go to Phillip Island to test it out.
And we'll go hang out.
And then we'll put data on Ricky Bobby's bike and show brake pressure maps.
Yeah, and it'll be like 6.
Come on, buy a jet from Steve Main. Make this happen, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, isn't he an Altus? Isn't he an Altus?
He's probably. I don't know.
I'm still an Altus, Steve. Where are we? Come on, man.
Why you gotta yell, dude? Jesus.
I don't know. Because I'm just remembering that Steve was an Altus. So, by the way, I'm still an Altus. If you guys haven't seen, that's still my hotel room. I'll hopefully be out of here Friday or Saturday. Yeah. Real quick, shout out to George at Altus. Gave me an awesome tour of the race shop. Got to see all the dirt bike stuff that they're doing.
Oh, dude.
They just scored the old Babbitt's Kawasaki, the original PC Kawasaki Supercross rig. So I got some really sweet pictures I'll post up with like Ryder D. Francisco's signature and like the wall of champions for all of Kawasaki. So it's kind of cool. But they're the official Yamaha factory support for amateurs for motocross and stuff. So
wow.
Yeah, I'll use my inside voice, John. But yeah, so and then
dude, the Nastanis are such cool people.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked to have them in the paddock. They're like really driven and they really connected to the sport. They care about the sport.
Very much so.
They're supporting racing in dirt and road race and fielding riders on multiple brands of motorbikes. Like
Jake Lewis and a couple other people. But George took me out to lunch. It was super nice. And then I tried to buy lunch for him. He was like, no, I'm buying lunch. You're here serving our country. Like, we're gonna do it. And then so George gave the Weekend Hangover fans a special deal on Yamaha 2200 generators.
Okay.
$599 when you call Altus Motorsports and ask for George or Harry and mention Weekend Hangover podcast, and that's your special prices. $599, and then you just pay for shipping. So really good deal.
How about that?
Look at that. We already had one sold today. I believe Kevin Kahn was supposed to buy it today.
Nice.
So yeah, I'd offered to haul it back to the East Coast for free shipping, but because I still got room in my car. But anyways, that was my one pitch. Oh, and our friend Max with the Sweet Racer gloves.
Oh, he's still got racer gloves on the show.
Well, it's not like I've been able to ride it. It's been 7 degrees in Oklahoma. It's finally hit like 72 yesterday. So. Dude,
it was like 80 something out here and beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It's like, and then I go to ride the bicycle this morning and everything's dead.
So our commercial break is over and back to Superbikes.
Yes. Top rack, dude. Top rack.
Yeah. Struggling.
Like we said it last year, right? Like we said, like who's gonna be the one that dethroned Top Rack, and everybody said Bulaga. Like at the end of the season last year, Bulaga was coming on, stabbing him in the neck and stuff. And what do you think, dude? Like, do you think it was the concessions frame and losing the concessions frame made the bike ill handling, or what do you think? No response. I know Shawnee got the cliff notes. I don't know if you know.
I got the cliff notes, dude. I don't follow World Superbike close enough. I'm in trouble.
Well, I
didn't do my homework. I was actually not asked to watch it.
All right.
Well,
So yeah,
I will get you Ricky Bobby's subscription information so you can watch it
yeah,
and
make
enjoy
sure.
it when
I'm
you want. When
slacking.
you want. No,
I'm
when you
slacking,
want.
dude.
It's
Yeah.
fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Right.
about it. You know, personally think that they're going to probably struggle here for a little bit. Portimao's going to be Portimao's going to either crush his season or get him back going on the right path, because if he can't get what he had back last year, Bulaga's going to just destroy. So,
Well, isn't Top Rack the big brakes guy? You know.
yes.
So
And
like,
And he
yeah,
couldn't get
you
the
know,
thing
I
to
feel
turn.
that. I hate a roll speed track, dude. I suck at that. So, you know,
but if he
needs
doesn't
a
have
place
the
to squeeze that lever.
yeah, but if he doesn't have the feel for the brakes and get it to do what he wants to do,
That is true. Where he shot off, I did see in my cliff notes him flying off the track and almost taking out. Who
yeah,
was that?
Oh, dude.
uh,
Says the beat.
Bautista, yeah,
Yeah.
Bautista went with him.
But dude, it was like
Dude, he
that
threaded the
MotoGP
needle,
crash
bro.
where like the bikes went through the
Yeah,
like
at
it was
Austria.
like that, dude. It could have been so ugly, like it was inches away. Yeah,
Dude, it was like that thread the needle one from a couple years ago with Heron and Bobier and
Oh, dude, 10A.
It was like that.
10A at Road Atlanta.
Dude, it was like that. And I was like, whoa.
Dude.
It's that
Right?
sort of stuff where you're like, fuck, dude, this sport, like
I would have totally died.
when it goes wrong,
I would have totally died.
It's just really bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it was like the Ducatis were all dialed. Scott Redding was up there. That
Dude,
was
Scott
that
Redding.
was such a big deal.
That dude bet on himself, bought his own ride, and look what's happened. Like he went from finishing in the way back to top 5.
Yep.
Right?
Top 4.
Well, inside the top 5.
Yeah, but he was 4th across the board pretty much.
100%. 100%.
And he's wearing those crazy new leathers that were not leather.
Oh.
That was like the big talking point. The virus leathers are synthetic material and they are not made of any animal hide. So, yeah.
How progressive of him.
I don't know about virus leather. Like, come on,
right?
Dude. Like, you trying to push something new, and like that's your branding. Like,
I mean, I did have a customer cancel his track day at the last track day because he got a virus in his knee from his ass leathers. I don't know what kind of I don't know what that was, but it was kind of gross. But I hear a lot of excuses, but that was a fun one.
Yeah.
Right? So.
And we brought up the
Bermudas from the wrestling mat.
I think he's got he got a staph infection maybe. Ew.
Some Greco-Roman wrestling.
Oh God.
John Wrighty brought up the Bermudas. Actually had a pretty solid showing, and I was pretty impressed with the Bermudas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not impressed with Garrett Gerloff. That was sad.
Sad. I mean,
he was having struggles.
You know, it seemed like it was basically aside from Locatelli, I mean, it was
Yamahas weren't even anywhere.
I mean, it was like Locatelli was as high as 5th in the races, and then he was like between 5th and 8th, kind of. Yeah. But it was like if you're on a Ducati, man, Petrucci was in the front, Iannone was in the front, Redding was in the front, like everybody on a Ducati. Like even guys that were also ran dudes last year, it seemed like in that World Superbike paddock, the Ducati Cup is back on.
Yeah, just like MotoGP.
Yeah, and, I mean, I rode with a guy at that new track recently. He's like a motorbike influencer guy, and I rode with him on my stock R1. And I was like, God damn, that thing it's a missile. Like the thing jumps off the corner, and it's like, holy shit, it's actually working too.
It wasn't the pedo, was it?
The what?
The pedo. Pederass.
I don't know.
Max Wrist.
Oh, yeah, it was Max Wrist. It was Max Wrist. I was right. Hey, dude, the guy shocked me, man. Like he would shock you too, man. Yeah. I had no idea.
I don't want him to shock me. I don't want him to shock me.
Well, I've heard a lot of things about that dude. I try to form my own opinions about people when I meet them. And you know what? I straight up got in the dude's face and I was like, hey man, that bicycle events, like I was on my bicycle and I told him what I thought, and he had a rebuttal that sounded okay. And so we shook hands and squashed that. And And then moving forward, just talk to the guy. I watched him ride. I rode with him. You know, I mean, it's like, what else are you gonna do? You know what I mean? And
I've seen his videos.
I was
man.
impressed. I was impressed. The guy rode way better than I thought he would. And truthfully, you know, riding with that guy, like I think that if he could clean up a couple of things with his bike placement stuff, he'd be like top level club racer like that. Like,
he's making
I'm
shitty
saying
videos about that. Ugh.
The what?
They said that he's going to be making shitty videos about that. Don't help him out. Come on.
Well, you know what, man? Maybe we could get him to convince dudes like that to go racing for real. And maybe the lure of throwing down in the local mountains won't be as high.
Hey, real men ride on the streets, bro.
That's
That's where the real racing goes down. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man!
All right, everybody needs to go follow Sean on his Instagram because I love his videos, man. Especially the mini bike supercross track.
You have a mini bike supercross track?
No, when you're with the jumping on the mini bikes, man. I love those videos.
Back in the day.
Yeah, dude.
Back in my day, yeah, dude. Back when 110s were hot, yeah. We'd prop up some ramps in the desert, dude. I love like riding mountain bikes and like dirt bikes, anything where you're jumping and hitting ruts and tearing up the desert. Like for me, there's no pressure in that, and it's just so much fun, dude. And like the mountain bike, there's no motor. It's like quiet. You're like riding with your boys. You can yell back and forth. You're like, oh shit, you know, that was sick. Like I wish there was that in motorcycle racing, like being able to hear the dude next to you. Because when you're ripping mountain bikes, like the stoke just it'd be shooting off the charts. When you're
so what you're saying
is
we need to get the Cardos in all the helmets of all the guys.
We do. We need to be able to talk. You'd be like, get out of the way, brother. And
then letting us listen to it as the fans.
Oh.
Like
broadcast that live.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It would be.
Dude, I'm screaming and yelling in my helmet all the time. Like when I'm ripping around the racetrack, dude, if I get a little sketchy, I'll, woo, you know, screaming, dude. Like, yeah, you got to enjoy that.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be epic.
God.
Oh man.
Cardo chat among the racers. That sounds like a great time, actually. Although it's like distracting when you're out there on the road racetrack and you got people squawking in your ear.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
That's a lot, bro.
There was some dude in our
I do it at champ school, and you got Nick Einach in there, and like, you know how he is, right? Like,
yeah.
It's like, dude. So funny.
We had some dude in our pit this weekend at the test trying to sell us this, like, I don't know if he came by you guys, but like he's talking about, oh, I have this like real-time light speed telemetry, and you can like put these goggles on and see what the rider's seeing. What? But you didn't get that spiel, dude?
No, dude.
I had to get up and walk away, dude. I pawned him off on Nick. I was like, I'm just the rider, dude. I gotta go.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I'll have to ask Richard, but I think I don't know. I don't think we're the target audience for that, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. It was funny. He's all NASCAR stole my idea, blah blah blah.
Oh no,
dude, he's that guy.
Yeah, I hope he's watching right now. He's probably pissed. He's
funny,
like, fuck
dude.
This kid.
Oh man, yeah. August North saying Ted Rich used to do that.
You know, I was back in the Dusty days. If you know any of those beefs, like
oh, dude, yeah.
I was on Team Dusty by default because all I heard was Dusty stories about Ted Rich, and I don't think they were the best of friends.
No, they weren't. You know, Ted and his chick Elaine, they had that tragic passing in a plane crash, and I mean, I just felt absolutely horrible because like when it happened, the day before it happened, they posted pictures of their new plane, right? And I'm like, oh, so 1,000,001, right? Because they're like, they had this whole thing, millionwaystodie.com. And I was like, oh, look, 1,000,001. And they're like, yeah. And then the next morning, they were both gone.
Dude.
And I was like, oh, right?
No.
You know what's crazy is Dusty went out flying too, dude.
Yeah,
dude. Like, if you're racing motorcycles, stay away from flying shit. It's not good for us.
Well, John Couch the original owner of TOBC, passed
TOBC.
away flying over VIR.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
And
Yeah.
with his mom in the plane. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Jason Madama was out there flying with Dusty.
Yeah,
when
dude,
the
we
accident
ride dirt
happened.
bikes like right there, like a mile from where they fly those things around all the time, dude. And Dusty was telling me, he's like, if I would have gotten into this back in the day, I would have never picked up a motorcycle. Blah blah blah. You gotta try
Dude,
it.
he told
Like,
me that
dude,
too, man.
yeah, he was over the moon about it, and he was doing like stunts that like 10-year veterans were like, oh, we don't do that shit. Like that's
Yeah.
gnarly, and
And
dude,
look
he
what
was
happened. Look where that guy
fully sending on that
Yeah.
thing, dude, and like
early
yeah.
too. Like
Oh
as
yeah,
soon as,
like it.
as soon as he could get upright in that thing, he was already that guy was
He's like, I'm
that guy
gonna
was a
stun
stunt
it.
rider back in the day,
Yeah.
right? Like 20 years ago, that guy was like a professional stunt rider, like for
Yeah.
LBZ and stuff. So like
Did you see the
that same
video
kind
of
of
him
mindset?
looping out that bike and holding onto it, and it does like the 360 spin? It was on like Rob Deerdeck's thing
I'm
back in
sure.
the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like it was an epic crash. And the story goes, dude, he was out there doing a stunt show or competition or something, and his bike blew up, and some dude from the crowd like had the same model of bike, like crispy new. And
Yeah.
he was like, ride my bike, bro, ride my bike. So Dustin like put his hammered gas tank on that bike, and he's doing that show and loops out. And
Oh,
that's
nuts.
like,
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
That's
Oh my
wild.
God. I don't know what's going on with Sean's internet now. Like he's like on pause. I don't know what happened there.
He got Taco Bell
He got
internet.
Taco Bell, dude. He got Taco Bell.
Oh,
well, man. Fun chat, dude.
Yeah.
Super fun. All right. So what, back to World Superbike. What do you think?
Yeah.
Like, when do you think it's going to happen? Phillip Island's a unique place for sure.
Yeah,
It's,
for sure.
it's like Willow Springs, basically, right? It's like
Yeah.
super fast insanity. How do you think that's going to fly the rest of the season? Do you think Top Rack's going to get it back together? What do you think?
Oh, he's back.
Oh, look, he's back.
Yeah.
Taco Bell
I don't
internet,
know why
huh?
I'm losing you guys here.
Seany-U's got
Straight up.
Taco Bell internet at the shop. Cool.
We're gonna try something else here.
Uh-oh. No, you're good, dude. Like,
Yeah, you're good.
We're almost done
You're
anyway.
Back on. Yeah, so I think Bulaga he's finding his kids. I mean, it's the first time he's done the full gambit, pole, and 3 wins, definitive wins. Dude's on it, and Bautista's getting there. So, Petrucci, and it's Top Rack. It's gonna be hard for Top Rack. He if he doesn't get comfortable on that bike, you could see his frustration. He was pissed. He was pissed. He was like,
he punched the windshield out of the thing, dude.
So
like, that's uncalled for,
Yeah, but his frustration's looming because
fit and beating up the motorcycle is not gonna win you any favors with your crew.
It's not. But
I don't even want to say what Stamboli said he would do to a rider that did that.
Oh yeah,
That's
kicking. You could tell because he knew that was a big start for Bulaga.
Yeah,
and if Top Rack's not up there giving him a hard time and pushing him, he's gonna run away with it, just like Bautista did. So,
do you think those Bimota things and the Cowie are gonna kind of do better at other rounds? I think jury's out. Still early.
I give them probably about 6 to 7 races, and then
6 to 7 races.
Yep. And
that's
then
total races, or is that 6 to 7 weekends?
6 to 7 weekends, and then they will be.
Wow, bro!
I think they'll be in the top. I think they'll be in the top 5.
Late.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a little bit.
Wow, they're going to get their asses handed to them if you're right.
Nah. Yeah. They're gonna stick around the like 7 to 10 range for a little bit, and then they're gonna find that top 5.
Wow,
I think so. Because that motor's fast. It's not like they're slow. They were keeping up with them, so it's just chassis at that point,
right?
And they just got to figure out. This is a goofy chassis, man. It's like, it's got the tubular steel chassis and some other weird pieces, and they got to figure out how the thing's.
Maybe Bimoto start building their own engines.
Why?
I don't know.
They don't need to. They make everything else, right,
Maybe they'll
Sean?
get- maybe
It's a
they'll
lot
run-
easier to. It's a lot
they'll
easier to
run
build a
V4s.
frame.
They'll probably run V4 Ducati
100%.
engines next year just so they could keep going. You know.
Yeah, that would have been the smart plan, but
Right.
they didn't. Like, they probably. It was probably going to be too expensive, or they got some cheap Kawasaki World Superbike motors.
They had a bunch of leftover Cowie stuff, so they're like,
I
slap
mean,
it in there.
They went from 2 bikes to 1.
Right.
So
How come nobody races a Cowie over here, dude?
I know.
Like,
Because racers, as you probably know this, the racers generally, especially at the national level, racers generally flock to the bikes that pay the most contingency.
And
well,
they
Cowie
quit paying.
used to have good
They
contingency,
used to,
right?
and that's why
Yeah.
you used to see a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. One Jeff May came back for racing
Right.
just because of the contingency.
And then
at
all
Koch
those
Racing.
guys like switched to BMW, right? Like, all the
Well,
Cowie guys moved to BMW. That's like a thing.
except for Stefano.
Well, Stefano rides Ducatis and fucking everything. That dude.
No,
rides
no,
everything.
no. He. That's different. His bikes are Kawasaki's. He makes
Yeah.
contingency on the Kawasaki's.
Right.
They had the BMW for that year and a half or whatever.
Yeah.
Him and Jeff just chasing contingency because they were paying $2,500 a win at an Azure
Yeah.
race.
Yeah.
So
It's
good money.
been a long time since there's been like the all across the board, all the manufacturers paying enough money to where
Yeah.
the bounty hunter thing was happening.
Well,
Kinda miss
and
that.
who's paying the money now?
Yeah.
Who's paying the money now?
Are what? Who's paying the money now?
Yeah, Trevor knows. Trevor knows who's paying the money.
Oh, Honda.
Yeah, Honda
Yeah, we
is
saw a
paying
bunch of
the
dudes
money.
switch to Honda too last year, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So that's what happened.
And that thing's fast, dude. Do you think it's going to do well again this year? Is Yates back on it?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
didn't get that.
Yates. Trevor, come on.
Now
Trevor probably knows.
Come on,
It's going to be
Trevor,
something.
spill the
Yeah,
beans.
Trevor.
We know.
Yeah, I mean, we know.
So Hayden's
we know-
on the Superbike.
Right.
It'll be a
JD hasn't
hybrid.
said it, but I mean,
JD's on the stock
The other
1000, and then
Daniel Goodnight says there's even more Hondas coming.
so I think Yates
Let's
is still
see.
on that power. Oh yeah, Joey Giannato. He's gonna be. He just got a Honda, brand new one.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. And I've heard that the new Honda 600, like the Euro spec or whatever, is really fast.
The Jap spec. So
Yeah.
Julian Correa and who else has been racing it down at Homestead, Miami, is racing that bike, and you can actually get a really good deal on it. Just talk to Trevor.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Trevor's racing
You
the
can't
Hayden's
forget-
old bike.
You can't
Yeah.
forget Abe, right?
The Jones Honda boys will for sure be out there. For
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Dusty was helping those guys out when that kid, Casey, was it Casey?
I thought it was Dom. He's helping out Dom Doyle, right?
Yeah, he helped Dom.
He was, but he was also
He did
helping.
He helped Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron
Jones for a
Jones.
year.
That's it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the beginning on that 500,
Yep.
because he was helping him out of VIR.
Trevor says maybe
They got
a
a
dude
win
from
on that
Indiana.
thing, dude.
Who's the dude from Indiana? Oh, Nolan Lampkin, maybe. That's Indiana, right?
Yeah,
He
Indianapolis.
did well
That'd
a
be
couple of
interesting.
races like 2 years ago, right? He was kind of up in the front.
Yeah, Nolan Lampkin won the Superbike Cup thing, didn't he?
Yep.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
Got
Like
that
Nolan's a
money.
good dude. I mean, he's been on a privateer BMW thing, so
Yeah.
dude, if he switched to
He's the
to
data
a-
sharing guy.
the data sharing guy, who's that?
Yeah, big.
Oh,
You can have his data.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that data sharing guy that you're saying that was giving you the pitch. Yeah, what's that guy's website, dude? So we can all look it up.
Dude, I wish I stuck around for longer, but you know what's funny? This guy that helps us out was like calling him out for, I don't know, talking shit or something. I was like, hell
Oh,
yeah,
man.
dude. I like
use
it.
our
Real
VR. Use our
Yeah.
VR headset. You could be a gamer. Look at data.
Dude. You know what we need is the VR headsets. It makes your track riding like a video game and shows you where to put yourself.
Dude, you
Oh.
beat me to
The
it.
little
Yeah, the
dotted
little
line.
line. It turns red when you need to
You
get
need to
on the
be
brake.
here, bro. You're not on the line. You're not
Oh
getting
my
it, dude.
gosh.
No.
Show me how to pass. Break
Yeah.
me.
And then
All right,
also,
boys.
so, like if you fall down, like you're not.
We only get an hour
Yeah.
of you?
Yeah, you only get an
Yeah,
hour.
Ricky Bobby. You know what? It's been a good show. I mean,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
covered.
No, you guys can keep going.
We're
I
gonna
just
stay
have to
on.
dip
Ricky
out.
Bobby, you gotta
Yeah.
go because you're a wuss. But
No, I'm
whatever,
not a
dude.
wuss.
You gotta
Ricky
go
Bobby's gotta.
do
I gotta
work
go.
stuff.
Yeah, I gotta go be a load master tomorrow morning, and I gotta go get out of here. I gotta go past my
All
flight test.
right.
You get in
all
there and
right.
you're like, yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
we don't
good.
need the glasses, dude. Trevor, yeah, Trevor says we should get the heads-up displays in our visor.
Yes,
That would be
For real.
something.
I could
Yes.
A
it'd
little
be like
dotted
have my
line.
grid position up there and my lap time counting up.
that would be
This year-
pretty dope.
All
We
right,
have the
Bobby. If
dash.
you have to bail, you can bail, dude.
All
It's
right,
all good.
Sean, it was awesome.
Yeah,
Later,
man.
dude.
We're gonna still
See ya.
here. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna talk trash
Yeah.
with
Everybody,
now
peace
that Bobby's
out.
gone, we could really talk trash,
Oh,
right?
shut up. Later, boys.
Good night,
Later,
dude.
man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that would be neat though, right? Like the heads-up display thing. That would be game
Dude.
changer, right? The video game
Yeah.
dotted line thing.
It just more bullshit to distract me from actually riding the motorcycle. Like I have the lap timer,
Yeah.
you know, that counts up and down, and there's like the
Okay.
little bar, and I'm like sending it
Is
in
that
somewhere.
your predictive?
Yeah, trying to make it count down, and I spend half the lap looking at the dash, fighting
Yeah.
the lap timer when I should just be riding the motorcycle.
Yeah, I always liked the predictive timer because I would always be like, okay, I would try something different on the live, and then you could see it and make a different change, and you could see that your lap was going to be good if you did that thing. And
Yeah.
you know, and I also used to do it old school style too. Like if I, you know, seeing the running time, if I got to this certain spot when I go to the gas, I was like, oh, this is going to be a good one, you know.
Yeah.
That stuff kind of always helped motivate me. But pushing and looking at the data like looking at the dash all the time, that's a lot, bro.
Well, the lap timer, dude, is really cool, especially like, you know, if you're a guy that doesn't ride a whole lot of track days, like if you're going out to pretty empty tracks,
Yeah.
you can like race yourself, which is really cool. And like even with just like your simple little solo too, you can see those lights counting up and down. And dude, like I'll get a good first half and see those green lights, and I'm like, oh, it's my lap to blow it now. And you feel that pressure like somebody's on you, you know? And like, yeah, the lap timers really generated a lot of good times for me and some sketchy moments
Me too.
trying to beat it.
Yeah. Now I'm old. I just am like, what kind of times you doing? I'm like, good times.
Good times. You know, we're doing fast times and good times over at the Koch Racing Pit.
Oh yeah. Well, I heard some other pronunciations of the Koch Racing. Yeah.
So it's Coke like the drink. It's Coke like the drink.
Coke. I've heard the other. I heard a soft O on that one. You know.
Yeah.
So I've heard that.
My favorite though is
I heard the double O in that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The Cooch is my favorite by far. Yeah.
Wow. I bet it is.
Yeah.
I bet it is.
It definitely is. Nick is like, if you ever get on the podium, you got to let them know how to say it. I'm like, I got you, bro. I got you.
How much GPS data do you actually look at from the lap timer later? Like, do you have you have the solo DL, right?
We don't. So on our bikes, we have like some sort of dash. I don't know what they call it, but our lap timer and GPS and everything is built into the bike. But we, like at the Podium Club test, our guy Jeremy Sims was downloading data after every single session, and we'd sit down and look at my data and lay my better laps over Romeo's. And dude, we learned a ton. And Jeremy will be like, look, you know, Romeo is pulling 2/10 on you just in this one corner. So when you go back out there, don't worry about the rest of the track. Just do what you're doing. But in this section, you know, try this, this, and this. And dude, all weekend long, we dropped 7-8 tenths on our average, like on the average on the lap timer, from day 1 to day 2, just like picking apart those little sections. So the data is huge, dude. It takes all that guesswork out, you know, like.
And are you guys, is your team going to give Jeremy a shirt for the team that's bigger than a kid's small?
Yeah. As soon as he can flex and bust out of it, we'll give him a
he's
new
like,
one.
yeah, I'm Hulkamanian. I'm like, no, dude, they just gave you a size small t-shirt for kids.
Dude, he fills that thing up. He's the enforcer.
Dude.
He's going to be the
yoked out.
enforcer all year.
Like, who do you
He's
think you are, Freddie?
He ain't taking no shit.
Superbike Unlimited, Freddie.
But no, Sims is awesome, dude. He's so passionate about like wanting us to go faster and like yeah, dude. His energy is going to be good all year, dude, in the pit. And we got Farmer. Farmer's a super solid dude. I think you met Sammy at Atlanta. He's kind of the chef man on the team.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you know, he's out there making sure the boys eat.
The rounds.
Yeah, 100%, dude. You got to have somebody that's like got no responsibility racing wise, so they like make sure that guys aren't getting cranky because they haven't eaten food all day.
So what you're saying is you have your own version of the Yamaha World Superbike team's cup of tea guy.
Yeah, he's the pit mom, dude. He's like, he comes out and he's like, eat this burrito right now, and I'm like, all right, you know,
sure, yes, sir.
Dude, I get so nervous at race weekends that like I don't eat at all, like all weekend long. I'm choking down food, and then come Sunday night, it's like steakhouse, 2 plates. Like I don't know why, dude. It's scary. This sport is scary. It is so intense. If you've ever tried to like ride as hard as you can, you know that shit's just it's intense. And then like some days you wake up, you're like, oh man, kind of just trying to chill today, but I gotta go send it like full on the limit. But yeah, you just got to shut your brain off and do it.
Wow, that's intense, bro. That's intense.
Yeah.
When's the next time you get to ride?
Daytona. Yeah.
Okay.
The next time I ride will be gridding up there
on the high banks. Nice,
dude. Daytona is such a like an experience. If you've never ridden there, like holding that bike pinned up on that wall and like, dude, the 100 and on our bikes are doing like 155 or something like that, breaking into that chicane and like things sliding sideways. It's so sick. Racing street bikes is so sick. It really is a good time. I love it. Like the moment, like
I don't know you guys in the comments. I mean, this guy's hilarious.
Every now and then, dude, like I'll just take a step back and think about like what's going on, and I'm like, holy shit, this is gnarly. Like, I can't believe humans figured this out. Like, holy shit, yeah. So
like, what's the like sketchiest spot for you at Daytona? Is it like
man, you know, like when you're crossing out of the like up onto the first bank, you like hit that bump, you know, coming up the hill, and you want to be cranked over, and it's a super important place to get a good drive. It's like coming out of the barrel turn. Okay. And then you bump up onto the bank. I feel like that's sketchy. And the dog leg, whatever they call that. Okay. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. It's turn 5.
No, dude, I've never been there. I mean, I've never ridden there.
You
I
really?
see it on TV. I've been. I know, dude. Dude.
You've never ridden Daytona?
Dude, I'm a West Coast club racer douchebag, dude. Like
what? Dude, you got to get out there. Really?
I mean, I've been out to Daytona a million times for the 200, but I've never raced it. I've never ridden it there.
Yeah, dude, Daytona is just insane. It's an experience like none other, dude. Like, man, the way that you like come off those banks and the drafting and everything about it is just sick. Yeah. It's the closest I'll ever get to NASCAR, right?
If you say so.
Yeah. We're shaking and baking this year.
That's nuts, dude. That is the way you describe Daytona is super nuts. We wouldn't have thought.
Dude, like where you know most racetracks,
you know,
you go 100. You know, you max your bike out for like half a second. You hit the brakes. And you throw it into the next turn. Where Daytona, like, dude, you battle it out for like 30 seconds, just wide open, 150. Lot of time for things to go wrong.
Yeah.
While going extremely fast.
Yeah.
And like people that get high sided, they just slide forever. It's insane.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's people in the chat talking about the Daytona 200 entries, and you know, there's like only 30 registered riders for the 200. You know, why do you think that is? I mean, I know we're not going. I know most of the Yamaha teams are not going just because the bikes aren't done yet. You know. Well, and also Daytona's like doesn't really count towards the championship, so it's like
it's huge money to get out there, dude. Like, you know, you got like Posh looking for a ride, and like that's a dude that could for sure win it, obviously. Like, and like
I see him on the list with TOBC. So
I hope he got it straightened out. I saw the other night, maybe it was 2 nights ago, that he was like trying to scrape together some funds to get it done. And like, I know how that is. I've been there, and it's so hard. There's no money in it, dude. Like, so how are you gonna pull? You know, especially a guy like us. You know, we're 25 years old, 30 years old, whatever. You're gonna pull 50 grand out to go make a Daytona effort, like, and there's not really a whole lot of teams that, you know, step up and provide that. So like, yeah, it's that's the problem with the sport, dude. Like, there's no Best Buy racing team. Like, we need that corporate money in there.
Right. We'll get on that mission, dude. And by the way, Jeremy's in the chat and he's talking about his shirts are definitely a little small.
I don't know. You're just too big, bro.
Yeah, dude. Stop eating all them peanut butter sandwiches, dude. Right? And protein.
He's got to get the whole team buffed up like that. Could you imagine if we were all jacked?
Bunch of
We'd
jacked
be looking
up dudes.
A1, dude. Just raging out in the pits, throwing tools and shit.
Wow. Oh man, that would be super funny to see something like that, dude. That's so funny.
We have a bench press in there, like, you know how they got the rowing machine. We're just tossing big weight in the pit, warming up,
like the 75-pound kettlebell. Kettlebells,
the Turkish thing,
bro,
whatever it is.
Exactly. Jumping rope with the heavy rope.
Dude, I recently started trying to jump rope before I go ride, and I find that it's been helping me, dude. When you get that little sweat going before you go out there, like, it kind of just takes the edge off, you know? Like, you're not all like cold, and you know, you get out of bed, you're warm in the morning, and then you got to just go like pin it on a motorcycle. Like, it's definitely good to get that heart rate up first.
Well, I see in the mornings, you know, I see some of the riders. Jason Uribe is notorious for going out for a jog before he puts his suit on. You know, he'll be out there with his guys' little earbuds going, and he's rocking out running. I'm like, yeah, dude, I hate running. I'd be the guy on the trainer. I'd put my bicycle in the trainer and spin. You know,
that's what I did all last year. I just set up the trainer and get a little spin in before I rode. But yeah, dude, getting that little sweat on in the morning, or like, I don't know if you've ever noticed, like, sometimes you go to the dirt bike track and you ride that first moto and you get super bad arm pump, and then you kind of let it shake out
the rest of the day.
No, I feel like the motos the rest of the day, like, you don't, it's not so bad. I don't know. Once I get that first one out of the way, like, I can kind of get into my groove more, you know. But if that first moto is the first sweat and I'm like holding on too tight, like, it can ruin the day, you know.
Were there any at the test? Were there any surprises for you? You showed up and you didn't think somebody was going to be on that particular bike, or was it more like you were trying to just focus on your own thing?
I think for us, we had all those new electronics on our bike. And the other thing is, for us, we're on a new tire. We got to try that R6, R4 rear deal, and that was a new thing for us. And I feel like if that's the tire we're going to be racing next year, I like it. I think it's an improvement from the old one. So
that's the R what?
So before they, you know, that's like R1 through 8 or 0 through 8 or whatever they are. But there's a few that were never available, and it was the 4 and the 6. I don't know. I don't know. The rumor is it's like a Japanese manufactured Dunlop or something like that. Does it sound right? I mean, what are you guys getting?
Dude, I'm not the tire guy, dude. I'm the guy holding the camera. I don't know shit.
Dude, we have to pan across and look at the tire real quick.
I know that our guys were doing 5s most of the time. I think almost everybody was doing 5s.
So we were trying a 4, a 180 R4, and is I feel like the way that it spun up off the turn was a little different than whatever the Dunlop. We used to run 5s out there, but the 5 seemed to kind of fall apart for us. Yeah, but the 4 did good all day, dude. It was a great tire, and we're running a little more pressure in it than we do the other tires. So I don't know. I thought that was what the test is all about, was the new tire.
Yeah, I mean, I know that we've been out there and testing some tires before, and I know that I think at the last test anyway, Jake was doing a lot of testing tires with Dunlop. So much so that they kind of focused the Dunlop tire test on Jake, whereas Bobby was going through chassis stuff. But yeah, I don't know if they did any R4 stuff. You know, I've heard there's some kind of tire that the club guys have been trying to run, and they're kind of limited by. I don't
think
know if
that's the one. It was like you could only get it in a 200 or something, and they'd only have a few. So that was the first weekend of riding that new tire. I don't know. It had a January of 24 manufacture date on it. I'm pretty sure, but supposedly it's the new tire, and it was good, dude. I was really excited about the way that things unfolded. But for us, I think we were so focused on trying to like get through that weekend and like new rig, dude. All
new rig is sweet, bro. Sweet.
Yeah, dude, it looks good. I think it's getting all stickered up right now, so it's gonna be coming out, dude. We're going for that factory.
You guys gonna murder out the rig too?
No, we're not murdering out the rig.
Oh,
but
that would have been sick.
It'd be hot in there out here in the summertime, dude.
I bet.
Yeah, those black leathers
stay that long, right?
Yeah, got to leave the roof white or something. Our canopy will be all black. I think that gets in tomorrow, so we got to figure.
Nice.
You know how hard it is to put the canopy up. We got to figure out how to install it.
Well, you're a fabricator guy. I'm sure you could make something to make it an easy up level.
I'm hoping that it comes with all the parts. If I got to start making something, we're in trouble.
You've seen our stuff, right? Like, I mean, it's like dudes standing on the roof, running like a zipper patch thing down the length of the trailer, and then, the crazy poles. And
if you guys want to see a show, watch us try and figure out how to set up that thing at Daytona.
Somebody should video that.
You're gonna see really how hard it is to do.
You should set a camera out and do a time lapse for that.
It's gonna be like the guy that went camping and gets the new tent, but he's never set it up. We're gonna be out there, the rain will be coming. We're trying to figure out how to get the sticks together.
That's funny, man. So you guys are gonna get the thing and have to learn how to set it up and hope everything's there at Daytona.
Yeah, I think we'll get to shake it down this week one day. But you know how it is, dude. You like order the shit months in advance, and you're like, you gotta have it before Daytona, and they're like, okay, and then you're like, hey, you got a week, and they're like, oh shit. So
wow.
I hope
Martin's Life in the Hangar wants to buy tickets for that show. Bro, you could live stream it, dude, and have subscribers pay to watch it.
Yeah, it's gonna, maybe we'll get it dialed in. Maybe we'll have it run smooth.
I'm sure you guys will sort it out.
I mean, it's brand new. It should have all the bells and whistles.
The companies that make that stuff, they're pretty switched on with what's needed, right? So
yeah. And then I'd imagine we'll build some sort of cart system for rolling all the shit out.
Because you're probably gonna have flooring too, right? Like you're gonna have flooring.
Yep. We already have the flooring. We did that last year. Yep.
Right.
And we built a whole thing for storing that, getting it in and out of the trailer, which is huge because we used to carry it out piece by piece. And dude, like at Coda last year, our AC on the rig broke on our old rig. And dude, the middle of the night, we're all just like sitting out in lawn chairs in the pit, sweating our asses off, and then picking up that floor at the end of the weekend, dude, in the sun after like 2 days of no AC racing at Coda. It was hell. I was like, I'm building a cart for next year. Like, this is the last time I pick this floor up.
That's hilarious.
So, we're gonna be looking good out there, dude. Like,
your bikes are impressive looking, dude. Like, I mean, I looked at it up close, and the chassis stuff that you guys have gotten together, that and the Attack triple clamps and all the everything else that Attack makes, and then the murdered out bike. I mean, we had this whole chat about how you guys have black roof sets and black everything, black triple clamps, but it like works because of the murdered out nature of your livery.
Yeah. I got to plug my guys over at Behringer. We got the nickel plated Behringer stuff on there.
Of course you did.
Dude, it looks so good. Yeah, dude. And those brakes, like, the Brembo, like it has that, like you're squeezing a wall, type feel. the
Yeah.
Behringer, if you're a guy that likes to have that like kind of OE squish,
The
like
OE
you know,
squish?
like
Oh,
a little bit
I
of
wouldn't insult Behringer like that, bro.
that little bit of motion, you know, it's not like you're
A
just
little bit of,
grabbing this.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, those brakes work good, and they're the types where if you stab that lever, like you could flip the bars. Like they have a.
Oh yeah.
They're
I have those on my
serious.
Supermoto. I have that, the Behringer stuff there.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
yeah,
Master cylinder too?
yeah. We're fully kitted out. We waited extra long to get the nickel plated shit, so the bikes would look
Okay.
extra good. Yeah, so
The nickel
you
plated,
know,
it's legit, dude. It's a nice
send you-
contrast from the black stuff too.
they send you the list of colors, you know, and then of course, like the two you pick, they're like, well, those ones take extra long.
You're like, yeah. And
Yeah, we're like, let's do it. We'll wait, you know. So
yeah.
also got the thumb brake on mine, but I hardly
you
ever
got a thumb
use
brake.
it.
Okay.
I do have a thumb brake, but I think I'm gonna maybe try and do the finger one this year since we have the auto blip, so you can kind of disregard the clutch after the start, and you won't have to be working that thing coming out into the corner.
Like, I don't know if you saw on the Superbikes, but Richard's taken away the foot brake lever and he just has the handbrake. It's like it's like where the clutch would normally be, and the clutch is like all up high.
Yeah, I don't use the rear brake at all, like ever.
Yeah.
Every time I touch it, the rear end just comes around and goes, woo! And I'm like, all right, don't do that again.
Never mind.
Yeah, like that. I almost got hurt doing that. Better stay away from that for the rest of the season.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but I'm sure if I could learn to use it, dude, I'd be stoked on it. Like when I ride moto and like I'm all over the rear brake riding the off-road bike, and like, dude, I can rock a wheelie and use the shit out of it there. But like the second I start racing, I'm not touching it, unless I fly into the dirt.
That makes sense. Like I do the rear. I use the rear brake a ton when I have a passenger.
Yeah.
But any other time, nope.
Yeah.
Like I can't even wrap my brain around using the rear brake without a passenger.
Dude, and the twin is like, that thing engine brakes till like idle. Like it's crazy. Like that it's amazing how much that thing slows you down.
Yeah.
The lever stabber.
Yeah, they're calling me the lever stabber, and I'm like, I don't understand the reference.
Dude, I'm the lever stabber.
Take it. Are you?
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
Grabbing, you're that guy?
That's why they just keep like cranking up my fork spring, give me more, because I just want to stab the brakes from all the stoppy shit,
Okay.
And all the stunt riding, the stunting.
Sounds right. Sounds legit.
So like when I first got my street bike back in the day, dude, I bought a yellow 2008 ZX6 with yellow wheels, and I would fly around the little area. It's called Awatuki, where I grew up. I'd be zipping around like, 18 years old, doing 100 and like a 35 past the school on this yellow bike. And I really wanted to be like stunt guy and race guy. So I had a whole journey into the stunt scene, smash gas tank, wheeling down the freeway, doing like all the stupid, did it all. I did it all. I was such a shithead kid. I can't believe my parents allowed that. But
I just saw something in the chat. I'm just like, you guys are idiots. Two Finger Death Stab. It's his new heavy metal band. Like, wow. I got nothing for that. That's
these fucking guys.
Great. It's always fun.
Yeah.
But anyways, you know who Trevor Watson is?
Man,
he's like the dude that's my age that races stock 1000 on a Honda. Kind of walks around
sorry, my guy.
Yeah. You know what, Trevor, you're gonna have to introduce yourself in person to Shawnee at one of the races.
When the race weekends are going on, dude, you meet so much people and there's so much going on, and then I'm like petrified for my life because racing street bikes is scary. And like
this guy, dude,
there's people that are like, man, we had a whole conversation, and I'm like, fuck, dude, who was that? Like, and yeah, dude, I meet so many faces, and like I'm stressed out.
Well, dude, He's the weird Honda guy, bro. Like you would know him if you saw him. For sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we've never officially met.
Yeah,
but I'm
dude. I
sure
think I need to make two-finger death stab t-shirts. I'm telling Ricky Bobby right now, like, bro, we need another shirt for the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be me fucking blowing the turn because the thing went sideways when I stabbed the brake. Gotta roll on. Man, the fact that like street bike racing requires all this finesse and smoothness, it kills me, dude. I just want to be out there like, oh,
You're like you're a metal guy, so of course you're used to banging on things and lighting it on fire, right? To make it stick together. Like that's what you do for a living, right?
Yeah, dude. That's why I can't do like woodwork and shit because like I ruin the wood before I get it out of the bed of my truck to bring it.
Oh, you mean you can't fix your fuck ups in wood with the grinder?
No, you cannot. You can't fill gaps in wood. Everybody's like, wood's more forgiving. I'm like, you can't even fill a gap. You're screwed. You cut it short, like it's game over. Like at least I can fill up my 1/8-inch shortcut there.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. You know what? Jeremy has a good idea, man. Like if we make a Weekend Hangover shirt for the new band name, we should make it look like a concert t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
And put like 100%. The MotoAmerica schedule on the back. Right?
There you go.
Sims is going on tour
to chip him some royalties, dude.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny. Well, you know what, Shawnee? Man, it's been a good chat. Weekend Hangover. Appreciate you joining us and taking time out of your busy work schedule there.
Thanks for having me.
You're still at work, right?
I am. I'm right here. I'm at the fab table. I might get down,
He's gonna throw down a bead on the show.
I might just throw down a bead right here on the show.
Oh shit. Show and tell bead just came a whole new different level.
What do I got here? Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Not bad. Not bad,
dude. That's awesome.
We need to do some work here. So
yeah, dude.
Yeah, come over and comment on the shit welds on all the stuff that rolls out of the Koch Racing trailer. Because we got some big plans. As the year progresses, we'll be building.
Yeah, we get that. We get the commentary on the shit welds. There was a couple guys talking mad shit about Richard's welding on his swing arms, and that went over well, right?
You'd be surprised, like how much the appearance it doesn't matter too much. You can have a great weld that kind of looks a little booty, Yeah, I've laid plenty of them.
I mean, he's using different kind of aluminum, I guess, proprietary. He wouldn't say what it was, but he's using a proprietary aluminum that requires, what do they call that? The welding thing? Penetration. It needs a certain level, And so
I wonder what it is. I did some BMX frames for a guy in town. They wanted to do some race geometry on these race bikes, and we used a 7005 series. And it was weird. It doesn't require a heat. Like you do a heat treat at like 250 degrees or 300 degrees, some real pretty low temp. And dude, those bike frames were like tin can thick. Like when I got done with it, I was like, dude, I hope you're not planning on jumping this. And they send them. They're strong. So like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Those alloys are crazy. Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck at Daytona, mister. And
heck yeah, we're going to need it.
Looking forward to seeing you in the paddock there. And, do them Yamahas proud, bro. Like get out there and murdered out R7s. Just, throw down and hurt feelings. Yeah.
100%, dude. Look for us up front. That's what we're shooting for.
Well, you know what? Like you said, the next time you're riding is at Daytona. The next time I'm riding isn't until March 21st through 23rd weekend. We have a TrackDaz event, 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday event at Button Willow Raceway. Got a lot of trips to Podium Club with the race team until then. So I think we're leaving next week, doing another one. So
On the way
that
to
should be fun.
Daytona, probably. Yeah.
We're not going to Daytona, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nobody's
Yeah, dude.
going.
I made
Nobody's
Richard
going.
say it 3 times, so it's like Beetlejuice. So it's you know, he said we're not
Yeah.
going to Daytona. We're not going to Daytona. We're not going
You
to
know,
Daytona.
you either like win it or you kind of have a shit weekend. Honestly, like
That's how Daytona goes, dude.
yeah, like so. There's
A few years ago with Camp P, we lost the win by 007. Like
yeah,
0.007. It's like celebration win 0.007, second place.
fuck. Yeah, 50 grand.
Yeah.
At least I probably
Yes.
more. Honestly,
Yes.
like that's what it. Yeah, 50 grand to go race Daytona.
Yeah.
One
So
weekend.
everybody, watch this dude. You know, you got a new guy to root for if you don't know who he is already. What's your race number again?
48.
Oh, look at
Yep.
that. That's why he was talking shit to Max.
Yeah,
Van
dude. I had it
So,
first, dude. I had it first, Max. I'm
not in
coming back.
Supersport. Not in Supersport though.
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true.
So, and you're gonna have to throw down to go.
We are.
Kid.
And
But,
man, it's gonna have to be a lap time thing.
You know, so number 48 in the Twins Cup. Definitely check him out. Watch him. Root for him. Go shake his hand at Daytona. He probably has the best squiggly line autograph you'll ever see. Maybe he'll weld it for you. He'll weld his autograph for you. Yeah, in the pits.
There you go.
Right. So bring him some metal and some sticks for that. Right.
Yep.
And you know, mash all the buttons. You know, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. And dude, catch you at the next race, I guess.
Yeah. See you guys at Daytona, man. Thanks for having me, Dustin. I appreciate it, man. I love to come on here. Anytime you guys want to have me, I'm here.
Oh, hell yeah, brother. And I'm just gonna give you the final words, man. Thank your sponsors or whatever.
Yeah. We don't really have a whole lot of sponsors, dude. We do it for the love. So like, shout out Nick, shout out all my boys, Jeremy, Farmer. We're just out there to have a good time. Romeo's coming with us, and we're gonna be a force to be reckoned with, dude. Like, we're gonna look good and we're gonna go fast. So like, yeah. Koch Racing boys on top. Oh, and Evan and Phil build an amazing motorcycle. So if you guys are in the Southwest, hit up ESP. They are the true real deal. They're real pro mechanics. Like, if that's what you want, is like the shit that the factory dudes have, they have the information, they have the data, they know what's up. For real.
Well, you're sounding pretty Cindy, bro. So like, we're gonna have to hold you to that.
100%, dude. If I'm not up there, it's not the bike's fault. It's my fault. So yeah,
we'll check in with you mid-season, see how it's going. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I'll be back. Be back with you boys.
Man. Well, cool.
All right, you guys. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, man.